Hello, I'm Ashleigh, owner of Recycle to Riches. Thank you so much for joining this YouTube channel and watching. I wanted to make this video super relaxed and chill so that you guys can see the real me. I'm working in my studio today and just wanted to share my personal note and my personal story with you guys, just kind of touch upon it and explain my past and how I got to become the owner of Recycle to Riches. So we'll go really quick with it so that you don't have too much time. And hopefully this video helps my community of Recycle to Riches and other people share their story and where they came from and what they've gone through, because I really think that if we communicate with each other, that can give us a new outlook on humanity in general and where they're coming from, because every human has their own perception and every human's coming from a different reality. So that's kind of how I try to relate to people. It's always going to be hard to relate to people, but if you just keep in mind that every human had a different life before they met you and different experiences that morphed them and how they're reacting in that scenario, it's going to help you try to react better to people. So that's our goal. Well, my goal all the time is trying to communicate better and better and better. So starting off, I just want to let you guys know that I am the owner of this company. We do have 4 other people working for us that kind of help run, but it's really me wearing all the hats right now. I have an amazing social media manager that helps me hand in hand. So it's really me and her right now that work together. And so it is still a small company, but I'm still proud of it because of where it started from. So quickly going over everything, I came out here to California when I was 17. I did a few fashion internships and I saw the waste that was in the world of fashion. Relabeling. So if you don't know, most boutiques, online boutiques and store boutiques, they actually buy off of a wholesale website and then they ship it to a delabeler and then they have their label put onto it and then they sell it for a higher price, which is a way to do it, but that they're not designing it themselves. They're not doing anything really but shopping and putting it on their website. So, and it's a huge waste, and that's kind of what I saw in the fashion industry, in the wholesale industry and everything like that. So I realized that, hey, we need to change this. So Recycle to Riches started out as a fashion redesign company so that we can take what's already created and redesign it and transform it into something new for consumers. So this concept is definitely overdone. A lot of fashion brands are doing this now, and I've seen that over the past 5 years of Recycle to Riches, existing. So I transformed it more into a lifestyle brand that takes on amazing companies and sells those products that I've tested myself. I've talked to the owners myself. I've made sure that the whole life cycle process of that product is sustainable and ethical. So research is done on every single product that is on our website, and I do my own research. I have some other people that do research for me, but then I still test the product myself to make sure I love it and I like what I see. So anything that's on the website is either made from Recycle to Riches or we sponsor those products and care about those products myself. I care about those products and that's why we're selling them. So that's Recycle to Riches. But to start, I also need to tell you guys that this was such a struggle for me. Not a struggle, but it was more difficult for me, I feel, because my background is struggling in school and, struggling in education. I've had a very difficult time spelling and reading my whole entire life. I was labeled dyslexic. They didn't necessarily know if I was dyslexic or not. They were just like, no, you're dyslexic. I don't know what's wrong with you. You're just not working. Your brain's screwed up. So that's kind of like where I'm coming from. I had to retrain my brain with a certain program. The creator, his name's Paul Picciano, and he's the creator of the Pressator Academy that's actually going to be launching in Hartford soon. And so I'm involved in that program as well. And that story, they chose Ashleigh's story, my story, for the marketing side of everything, which is incredible. And I thank you for that, Paul. And you can see the evolution of somebody's mind when they just simply hear the words, nothing's wrong with you. Like, you're going to be okay. You know, you can do this. And I think that's really the main key thing that I needed to believe in myself, to do this thing called business ownership, because it's a very wild ride and I love it. I love being a business owner, but it takes a very, very trained mind. And I'm still learning to this day. I still call Dr. Picciano and ask him for help because I need mind calming exercises and different tasks that keep me on track. So I was labeled dyslexic. Let's go back a little bit. I was labeled dyslexic, not necessarily dyslexic, but I did struggle in school reading and spelling. Everything else came great. Just reading and spelling was hard for me. And mainly reading out loud, not even reading to myself, just reading out loud in front of people was a challenge. So they did that. They labeled me dyslexic. Fought through school my whole life, fought the education system. I went to Plainville School in Connecticut, and it was a very hard public school. I'm not going to lie. Amazing teachers, but a very hard school to fight and get up in the ladder and in the rankings and prove to them that I'm not special ed. I don't need extra credit or extra work. I need you to believe in me so that I can do my work like a normal student. Normal. What is normal? And so once I came out here, I was 17, and that gave me a chance to kind of do a fresh start altogether, which back in Connecticut, I was doing those courses, the Pressator Academy courses, but those courses were doing awesome stuff there for school, but I still had the school over me. So coming out here, it was incredible because I had the Pressator knowledge and the training that I needed to believe in myself. And then I got a fresh start in school. So no one knew, oh, she's dyslexic, let's treat her different. Or has issues, let's treat her different. No one treated me different out here because they didn't know any better. So I got to graduate high school within like a year and a half. I had 2 more years when I came out here. I was homeschooled in Long Beach on a sub-category school where like you take tests home and bring it in once a week. And I got to finish it all on my own, homeschooling. So in like a year and a half, and then I did the internships and then I started my company at 18, well, 19, at the end of 18, beginning of 19. And how do I start a company was what I did, you know, and that was all I knew to do. So I went through those checklists and I started Recycle to Riches, and it's developed and grown on its own. It's my baby. It's my everything. I'm not going to give up on this goal and this passion of mine to save the way consumption happens and the culture of consumption. That will always be my passion. Whether it be through Recycle to Riches or another program, I know for sure that I have my destiny now, and I don't need to look back on my past. I don't need to be worried about my spelling errors. I don't need to be worried about my slower reading. And the most important thing that I learned from my whole experience through education and opening up the company was to believe in yourself, and to believe that God has your destiny set aside for you, and it will be all okay. So you might be struggling now because people don't see you for who you want to be, but trust me, you are that, and you can be that, and the situation will change. You just have to prove to them that you are who you say you are and what you are. You know who you are, okay? You know the passion that you have inside of you and what you can do. And trust me, you can do whatever you're dreaming about. So go out, choose love, people. Go out, choose love, and just be brave. That's all I want you guys to do. Be brave and share your story with us. If you have any story that you want us to expose and talk about, please email us at hellorecycle2riches.com, and we will definitely get your story out there for people to hear. Okay, guys, God bless and have an amazing weekend.